People finding a giant spider in your child's bedroom. I mean, giant.
Yeah, it could be scary. It happened to a woman in Shelby Township. Local experts say it's one of the largest spider species in the world, believe it or not.
The photo shows a female wandering spider guarding a nest. And the spider is busy feeding on a cockroach. They're also medically significant. They're highly venomous.
He had to be a female because he was so big. It's the biggest we've ever received.
They are one of the most venomous spiders in the world.
Have you ever stumbled upon something so inexplicable or beyond the ordinary that it left you questioning reality itself?
Qui a visage, voilà, c'est ça qu'elle a. Un poulet qui a visage, qui est encore vivant, hein?
If not, then experience that today with us, where we will uncover extraordinary creatures and all that has been hidden from us until now.
Oh my gosh, huge.
I guess Russia's definition of Spider-Man is a little different from ours. Shot in 2014, the video showed a strange humanoid figure making its way around an apartment building. Only it was no ordinary human, as its limbs appeared to stretch impossibly far. That was either a man with supernatural abilities or something far more creepier. Some netizens thought if something that size was creeping around the city blocks, then there were bound to be more recordings of the creature. And it did come up when someone else from the same area posted this clip, recorded in broad daylight. These giants seem too comfortable to be out and about, and I'm not liking this. Stranger Thing. Tell me, doesn't this look like it escaped from the set of Stranger Things? This bizarre creature was filmed opening what could only be its mouth, showing off rows upon rows of sharp teeth. A research vessel claimed to have found it deep in the ocean. But the alien head-like thing looks as if it was shot down from outer space, and netizens couldn't agree more. Many skeptics thought the gruesome thing might just be a knockoff prop. Wherever it's from, one thing is clear: it's nothing like anything we've ever seen before. Massive spider. Planning on moving to Australia? This clip will probably change your mind. Have you seen the size of the spiders they have? A couple was startled when they found this massive spider in their home. Stuck to the window, its unexpected appearance gave them quite a scare. And if you think that wasn't big enough, take a look at this one. Crawling down the wall, leaving goosebumps in its wake. This guy was pretty bold to be standing this close. I'd be out the door before it even moved an inch. Alien being. After being sick of hearing strange noises from his backyard, the homeowner took his flashlight and camera and went to inspect. A humanoid cryptid was crouching in the dark. At first, you can't make out what it is except for an odd-shaped head and long limbs. Suddenly, it turned its head as if noticing the guy's presence for the first time. His flashlight glinted off the alien figure's large black eyes. The video cuts off abruptly, leaving us all in suspense. Giant tarantula. I'll give fair warning if you're an arachnophobe. This might give you the chills. While walking around the woods, a guy had found the resting place of a massive tarantula. Poking its burrow with a thin stick, a black velvety giant emerged that looked ready to pounce. Seeing the guy with a camera in hand, he jumped back into its burrow. They like to stay close to their home to avoid any predator that's daring enough to prey on them. Otherworldly entity. What did this guy find in the grass? Trust me, I'm just as confused as you are. The clip showed a guy rummaging around a wetlands area, revealing a large object that slowly closed up into a ball, and eerily looked like an alien brain, as some netizens pointed out. Nobody knew what this was, so I did some digging and found that it resembled a gumboot chitin, known to grow up to 36 centimeters and are also edible. So who knows, maybe the guy had a midday snack. Hunting spiders. Finding a gigantic spider inside your home is one thing, but finding one gripping its lunch in its mouth is just another level of creepy. A man recorded this viral clip. It might seem ordinary at first, but if you look closely, you'll see that the huntsman spider crawling on the fridge was carrying a mouse in its mouth. That's not even it. Have a look at another similar clip that made it on the headlines. This massive spider you're seeing was accidentally recorded carrying a possum. I'm just grateful these things don't have wings. Yet. Who knows, they might evolve in a couple million years. Tree pollen. Now, get ready for some pollen action. When hit with the machinery, this tree blew off like some kind of smoke bomb. It might look like a sight to behold, but I'm getting an itch in my eye just watching it. And as to why they're taking this tree down, but this tree's pollen would have caused allergies to thousands of people, if not millions. So it's all to keep the neighborhood pollen allergy-free. Black lion. This video will definitely make you go, Scar? Is that you? The Lion King is a beloved childhood memory we all share, and this video has brought it to life. These guys were cruising down a private game reserve when they spotted this majestic lion that flaunted a deep black mane and a dark body. As they followed it around, the mammal didn't even flinch, let alone look behind its back, leaving them in awe of its confidence. Netizens and experts were thrilled to witness such a rarity.
And the video on the TV.
Giant insect. As if smaller insects weren't enough to freak us out, giant ones have started turning up. Like these moths that appeared online, leaving people horrified. With thick red and white bodies and huge butterfly wings, these critters were almost the size of a fist. Its strange look made people think of Godzilla. But there's no need to burn down houses because your chances of seeing these hairy critters are very low, as they are the rare Caracpia moths native to North America, only found in the hardwood forest east of the Rocky Mountains. Chigion. Long necks, upturned tails, and skinny legs. This could only be chickens. No, wait. I think they're pigeons. That doesn't seem right either. If you're thinking something along the lines of this, don't worry, you're right on the money with it. Let me introduce you to chiggins. Yep, that's what happens when you cross a pigeon and a hen. When this video surfaced on the internet, people freaked out, with many bashing whoever thought it was a good idea to cross the two species. But in the end, it turned out to be nature's own freaky experiment. As one informed netizen pointed out that it was a Maltese pigeon. Monkey chicken.
Qui a visage, voilà, c'est ça qu'elle a. Un poulet qui a visage, qui est encore vivant, hein.
If I had seen something like that in my fields, I would have up and left right that instant. But this guy didn't even flinch as he held up the monkey-faced chicken that looks like it escaped from the set of a horror movie. The clip caused quite a stir on the internet, leaving people horrified and calling the video's authenticity in question. An actual nightmarish creature caught on camera or a well-crafted hoax? Let me know your take on this. Breathing sand. It looks just as bizarre as it sounds. And no, this wasn't filmed on Mars, but right here on one of our deserts. The video featured sand that appeared to sizzle just like boiling water. More patches of the ground appeared to exhibit the same strange behavior as the camera panned across the scene. After some research, I found that this phenomenon occurs due to trapped underground gases, and not because there's a dragon sleeping underneath. Emerging wasp. Wasps already have a bad enough reputation, and what this farmer found became the last nail in the coffin. A caterpillar with a huge hole in the middle, and to his horror, there was something coming out of it. This black insect is a wasp that developed inside the caterpillar's body. It's a typical behavior for parasitic wasps to lay their eggs inside other insects. The larvae then feed on their hosts until fully grown. And in case you were wondering, no, they don't lay their eggs in humans. Trapped in a tree. All the folks hiking along Newfoundland's south coast were in for a real jump scare when they came across this. With her body appearing to be trapped in a tree, limbs hanging loose, and a head overtaken by vegetation, this lady looked like a victim of a witchy spell. As the video went viral, people started questioning if the body was real or just an extraordinary root formation. Some theorists claimed it was the body of a cursed witch that ended up like this after being buried. However, if you have any insights on this, let me know in the comments. Gator without arms. While in the human world, medicine has found alternatives to almost anything, in the animal kingdom, it's either adapt or fall prey to a predator. And this gator chose to adapt. It appeared to have lost its front limbs and crawled using only its back legs. The tourist who spotted the massive reptile gasped in fear, thinking it was some unidentified creature. Its rapid movements and determined demeanor made it look even more fierce than its normal counterparts. Well, you gotta make the best of what you have. Weird goat. Here's a goat that looks like it ran into a door. This video was uploaded by a farm owner that showed a goat with a strange face. But this is not a facial deformity, as many netizens initially thought. I mean, that couldn't have been the way it was born, was it? Well, not quite. This is a Damascus goat native to Syria, which is born with a normal-shaped head. But as they age, it starts to change, eventually looking like this. Headless moose. Nothing can function without a head, right? Looks like there's an exception to the rule. This video circulating online baffled social media users around the world. It shows a moose that appeared to be running around, seemingly without a head. Now the question is, was this actually a headless moose or a creature entirely different? Someone said that it looked like that due to the unique camera angle. Just imagine this headless moose running towards you. Well, guess who won't be sleeping a wink tonight? Baby alien. Have you ever imagined what alien babies look like? Well, now you have your answer. When this clip was posted on Reddit and people started calling it the baby Demogorgon from Stranger Things. It shows the strange creature being fed from a straw, opening its mouth wide. As the video continues, you start to realize that it bears a resemblance to a baby bird. It also came to light later that it was indeed just like that. A hatchling that had lost its mother and was taken in by a kind local. From crazy Demogorgon to an innocent hatchling. Well, that was quite a ride. Mysterious hand. This lady was horrified when she saw this strange-looking hand peeking through a crack in her roof. It appeared to be huge with sharp claw-like nails and felt about as if looking for something. It's hard to tell what creature that hand belonged to, but it looked disturbingly human. While many netizens thought it could be a werewolf, there were other theories about it being a raccoon. But with the things that are out there, nothing can be said for sure. Eyeless dog. Who doesn't love having guests over? But sometimes you get uncanny visitors like this one right here. A homeowner was preparing to leave for work when he saw this eyeless dog standing right outside his house. As he continued to film, the bizarre-looking canine remained eerily still, leaving the man horrified. While skeptics might dismiss it as a clever trick, I can't shake the feeling that there's something very unsettling about the animal's presence. Skinwalker. These boys were out at night when their stroll around the village turned into an encounter with the unknown. As they recorded, a creature appeared to crawl out from behind a canyon, looking like a humanoid. With two hollowed pitch-black eyes, patches of thin hair, and a pale body, the figure moved rapidly, but we never found out what happened next. Did the guys get out of there safely? Was that a ghost? Everything remains a mystery. Tailless alligator. Imagine losing a part of your body that defines who you are. For an alligator, its tail is not just a body part, but crucial for its survival in the wild. Meet Mr. Stubbs, who lost his tail, but thankfully being in the sanctuary helped him get through the difficulties. And fortunately, he got a second chance at life with a brand new tail custom made just for him. At the beginning, the bulky reptile struggled with navigating its tail, but with time seemed to have taken to it nicely. Snake eater. Cannibalism is something that's frowned upon, but apparently not if you're a snake. Take a look at this eastern brown snake, the world's most venomous snakes chomping down on a python. It dragged its prey slowly into the plastic bag where it was given 3 hours to enjoy its meal. The men who found these reptiles locked in a struggle were shocked, as you rarely get to see such a showdown. Horned snake. Snakes are scary enough as they are, but now you've got this to fuel your nightmares. You can clearly see 2 horns sticking out from the reptile's head as it slithered away slowly. Now, internet folks seem to have mixed feelings about this thing. While it's definitely horrifying to look at, some found it fascinating and speculated that it was a horned dragon. But on the other hand, skeptics weren't going to let this pass, suggesting the snake could have swallowed a frog, and those were its legs. I'll leave it to you to decide. Two-faced. A woman was walking her dog when she spotted this on the pavement. A stubby snake with 2 heads on each side, and it gets even stranger. Each head appeared to have different features. One had a single eye in the middle of its head that even blinked. The other was a regular one. While netizens were puzzled about the creature's identity, one social media user pointed out it was a hawk moth caterpillar that had disguised itself to scare off predators. This sneaky guy sure knows the ways of the wild. Breathing trees. Now let's take a look at the forest floor being lifted into the air like a muddy tablecloth. A guy in Stirlingshire was walking his dog in the woods when he witnessed the strange phenomenon. It's as if there weren't any trees rooted there. The clip went viral, and when people suspected suspicious activity, an expert cleared up the confusion, saying strong, stormy winds and shallow roots were to blame. Vanished without trace. Being able to disappear on a whim. Sign me up! This guy was out showing off his bizarre vanishing act in the middle of nowhere. Puffing out of a cloud of smoke, he just disappeared with his little black companion, and he seemed to have no care in the world about being filmed by the cameraman. Well, anyone who has that kind of superpower couldn't care less about being caught. Snake human. Ever heard of legends about a snake creature that can shapeshift into a human being? Like the Naga from the Hindu mythology. Well, let's see the real deal. I know you must be thinking this clip can't be real, but just see the leathery patterned skin on this guy and the way it's flexing its back. I don't think any human can pull this off, but if you still think it's some guy pranking the internet, you gotta appreciate his artistic talent. Come on! Cyclop human. Is this guy on the screen for real, or am I seeing things? A Cyclops human, like many others on the internet, I was under the impression that these guys were just some characters from ancient stories. Now, he's a walking, talking reality. There had been a ton of speculation surrounding the video, with many people supporting it, with another giant Cyclops skull found years back under Midwest farmlands. Even though that was debunked as an elephant skull, with the alleged huge eye socket being its trunk hole, people still believe in their existence. Watering tree. I'm sure I can't be the only one to wonder who the heck waters the forest, right? Well, I've got the answer for that. It's the good trees, like this one. A guy found this on his stroll around the woods and decided to get the strange phenomenon tape. Only when he posted the clip online did he find that it's more common than one might think. There is no rational explanation for why this happens. However, some theorize it might be due to some water resource underground that pressurizes the water upward. Hidden corpse. While on the hunt for the elusive chupacabra in the woods of Cuba, a guy found this bizarre-looking corpse lying on the ground. With only a few patches of hair intact to its body, it was pretty decomposed. But its muzzled face and bodily appearance was very similar to the creature's description. The locals in the region said it had been roaming in the outskirts of Havana for some time now, and its body was found like this. I wonder what caused the demise of this lethal predator. Headless man. Creepily walking into the woods, this guy must have something to hide, and it was his headless body. I mean, where's this guy's head at? Literally. The cameraman followed the mysterious guy and captured some clever footage. He just walked and then disappeared into the woods. I was expecting it to end with an explosive display of some kind of superpower. The mega bat. This mega bat was found in the Philippines, leaving people stunned by its build. With a size as big as an adult human, this guy looked like the real-life Batman. Flapping their wings, they stay hanging upside down. Some of you might find them gross and disease harbors. Well, without them, you can kiss your bananas, mangoes, and avocado goodbye, as they help pollinate them, and also have a role in pest control. Real-life dinosaur. I guess the rumors about dinosaur revival weren't all lies. Looks like these Chinese scientists have aced the project already. This guy holding the critter in his arms was claimed to be a lab-grown one. And apparently, they broke the news to the public as they were seen talking to a reporter. Wait before you think the dino wasn't real. See how it's moving its head and blinking its eyes? I can't decide if it's incredible or downright witless. Skeptics denied the clip, saying it wasn't possible to have these million-year-old species revived one day out of the blue. However, you guys let me know your thoughts on this one. Mysterious carcass.
Large and mysterious creatures lurking under Lake Michigan, but it's what's washed up on the lakeshore.
Many believe there are mysterious creatures in Lake Michigan, but something unusual was found back in April. A strange carcass appeared on the shore, leaving people scared of what might be lurking in the lake. A nearby resident noticed the carcass still had some hair, showing it had been in the water a while. Some think it might be a cow, but with no nearby farm, the possibility seemed unlikely. The woman called local agencies to clean it up, but as it stayed there, the residents remained fearful. Deep dwelling creature. A diver on an underwater adventure found this anomalous creature, a snake-like body with limbs, a long flat tail swimming like a fish. Was it an animal cocktail? The guy left it up to the internet to decide what it was. Some thought it was a monitor lizard, while others thought of an undiscovered creature. With no more information on the clip, the snaky swimmer remained unidentified. Washed ashore. This clip of a strange carcass found on a New Zealand beach has been the talk of the town ever since it was discovered back in 2013. A half-buried head of the carcass with jagged teeth and gaping jaws startled everyone, either torn down by some predator or just left behind in the water during decomposition. The 30-feet-long creature was missing most of its body. People have been speculating its identity, with some saying it was surely an underwater monster. Others thought that it looked like some prehistoric animal. Local authorities arrived to get the carcass to carry out tests to determine exactly what the creature is, but there has been no word on it ever since. Creepy feast. Do you ever wonder what happens to carcasses in the deep oceans? All the animals that pass away, where do the remains go? Well, this happens to be the skeletal remains of a carcass after marine animals have had their fill on the fleshy parts. From deep-sea octopuses to bone-eating worms, all kinds of animals have their feast. Yeah, you heard that right. Not even bones are left behind. These tiny fiber-like worms are there to clean up and keep the ocean bed squeaky clean. It's amazing to see how nature has a role for everyone. Three-eyed kitten. Cats are probably everyone's favorite pets. Then how about one that has some extra features, like an extra eye? This woman's cat seemed to be hiding a secret. An extra eyeball in its left eye. Netizens thought the extra eyeball was probably due to a mutation. However, its exact reason is still unknown. Another cat with a third eye has been going viral. A third eye placed right in between its two eyes. It looks eerily familiar, like the eye of the Illuminati. People have been associating it with something evil, while others believe the clip was just a prank. Let me know what you guys think of this. Cyclop baby. A cat gave birth to a very odd-looking kitten. The little one only had one big eye on its face. Surrounded by two flaps, with no apparent mouth or nose in sight, it was impossible for it to survive. And that's exactly what happened. The kitten only survived a few hours after birth. Experts believe the mutation might be due to a condition called cyclopia, where the newborn only has one eye. The condition is extremely rare, making the occurrence quite important. Blonde zebra. Ever seen a blonde zebra? Well, check this out. In Serengeti National Park, there was a zebra with golden stripes that looked very different from its fellows. Quite a surprise! Usually, zebras like this were seen in captivity, not in the wild. Why the unusual color? This zebra has a condition called leucism. This means its body can produce skin pigments, but not enough to get the typical black and white coat. Velociraptor. A man set up a camera in the woods to capture wildlife in their natural habitat. What it recorded left him and the internet stunned. A giant bird-like creature ran across the frame, looking just like a velociraptor, leading people to speculate that dinosaurs might be making a comeback. Others suggested it could be a legendary cryptid from Papua New Guinea known as the Murray, a dinosaur-like creature that has been sighted multiple times by the locals. Unicorn skull. While digging through his backyard, this guy made an incredible discovery: a skull. But it didn't seem like any other one. This one had a horn on top of it, with a long muzzle. The single horn was the telltale sign that it was a unicorn skull, the magical beings we heard about in fairy tales. The clip sparked online speculation, with many believing in their existence, while others were still skeptical, saying the creature was nothing more than a myth. Goblin fetus. Mexican locals and netizens have been shaking with curiosity over this strange discovery. Its unusual features oddly resembled a creature from ancient folklore. The specimen sparked so much speculation that it was sent for scientific examination. Even regional officials suggested it could be a goblin fetus or a noggle, the shape-shifting legend. Today, the goblin baby is on display at the Goblin Museum in Hosca de Ancopa. Grumpy fish. A fish-like thing was caught in Russian waters, surprising everyone with its unusually pale color, huge tail, and creepy features. With its eyes stretched upward and a long mouth, it didn't look like any known fish. Some thought it was a shark. Others believed it was a stingray. The fisherman who caught it was convinced it was a cursed fish that would bring bad luck, so he decided to throw it away. If you have any guesses about what this fish could be, let me know in the comments. Creature from hell. Yeah, that's what people are calling this strange-looking insect. Its long, spear-like body and a pair of wings at the very end were the stuff of nightmares. If that wasn't strange enough, its aggressively moving curved tail is sure to creep you out. It definitely gave its predators a hard time. You're probably wondering, what kind of insect is this? After being labeled a hellish creature, an expert revealed that it was actually a harmless stick insect. It's hard to believe with that intimidating appearance. Now it's time for today's open discussion. Back in 2002, in the remote mountains of Afghanistan, a soldier had a chilling encounter during a patrol mission. During their exploration, the troops came across a mysterious cave filled with army equipment, but no sign of their missing comrades. Suddenly, a huge spider emerged from the darkness. This monstrous arachnid had a pale pink body, menacing dark legs, and a strange odor scaring the soldiers. They fired at the giant spider, and after 30 seconds, they finally managed to bring it down. To keep the incident away from the public eye, they loaded the enormous spider onto a Chinook helicopter, never to be seen again. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.